the movie Immortals, and there's a reason I bring it up because I was walking down the street and I saw this homeless guy, and I had some judgments. See, with poverty and homelessness, there's a lot more criminal behavior and so forth. But the judgment is a little bit. It's not nice. And the thing is, I was really considering things I'm trying to say to everyone is that you love all. But there's a bias there that's formed with the programming, and I mean from movies right through to just day-to-day life. There are preconceived ideas about people in poverty, but the bias and everything that's set up. I mean, some people are struggling with mental illness, turn to drugs. Poverty is not helping either, but my judgments on him were, to cross the street kind of thing, distance myself. And what I should have done was bought him lunch. And that's the real me is that guy. I've shown this to my daughter, buying. It's because the thing is, if you give money to buy food, okay, well, there's some realities there. They may just take it, use it for drugs. But here's the thing. I thought about the movie with it's Theseus, and Mickey Rourke is this evil guy. He plays the part well with all the roids he was on. So Immortals, and then there's the character within it, and it's Zeus, God, Jesus. Anyway, the point I'm getting to is that every character in our movies is also of God. So how is it to treat everyone as you wish to be treated? So think about it in terms of how would you want to be treated if some of the things that are happening with others took you to the streets and took you to poverty and addictions and so forth. And I think most of us would want to be treated with a little more respect and kindness. And people are not going to get off drugs and off the street with cruelty and people being mean. And if you don't want to be helping them, okay, well, is that how you would want to be treated? Okay, so maybe it is. And enabling is also a problem too. So there's a distance between enabling a problem and distancing. Like, for instance, I get back to buying a lunch. That's not harming anyone. Although I did see him just eating a lunch, someone else probably bought it for him. And this can also get to a point of enabling too. So it's to consider. But here's the thing. Day to day, everyone should be treated as if, and this is a big one, imagine how you would wish it to be treated. Now, and if that's not making it, coming home to you, consider this one. If this was Jesus, if this was God, how would you treat them? So here's the thing. Some people would treat them better. God is asking you to treat them as if you were them. And because that's where most people can understand. And the the empathetic results, you can feel it. You can see them. You can feel them. And you can feel their pain because you see it from the perspective of, like, they're sleeping on the street. I'm sleeping on the street. It's a little bit different for most people because they don't really get the sense of that real. Like, you're not really able to crawl into their head. But just imagine the suffering that comes with that, and it is painful. And I've been through many drugs. I got through, and when these people were doing what they did to me, there was not just drugs. They were poisoning me with other things that were added to drugs. They were continuously. Listen, I got a guy comes back with Viagra when we're on cocaine. I'm like, why would you want me to have a hard on? Very strange. Okay. Anyway, this is to the depth of how creepy and weird. Satan's tricks are all tricks, and who they manipulate most of all are people on drugs, homeless people, people that rely on criminal activity to feed themselves. So how can you break them from those criminal activities? Well, treatment, helping them. There are things to do to help people get off of those things. And I know because I went to a rehab. I have not used drugs in years. And, if it wasn't for alcohol, it would have been many, many years. Alcohol, well, I'm an alcoholic. I can't drink. If I was to drink alcohol, all the mistakes could resurface. But I'm sober. I won't. No one can hurt me when I'm sober, and I mean no one. You can come at me with everything that I can come at you. That's the thing. These criminals are cowards mostly. They'll sneak up on you and try to do some harmful things, but they're all sneakers and liars and cheats. So just be careful and know these things. And I forgive them when they maybe hang their hat. I forgive even the people that are still trying to hurt me. They are lying. They are spreading bullshit stories and info. Like nothing they're saying is true. And the thing is, I rely on people to use their discernments and to know, like, I'm a good guy. If you know me, if you know who I am, you know that I'm not doing anything to hurt anyone. I just had an event and lost $70,000, and most people would have just walked away and called it a loss. No, everyone got paid. And one troublemaker trying to stir the pot, I sent him money to get it done. He didn't even take it. He doesn't want to take it because he prefers the problem. And you can't fix those kind of people. Those kind of people are just really wanting the conflict because narcissists mostly, they feed on it. The negativity is what they're wanting. Anyway, to help everyone is a good way to go. And with regards to me saying how you have to forgive, you have to repent. Well, you really have to put the efforts in that if someone is to be treated as you would treat yourself, like for instance a homeless person, just consider things a little differently. What is it going to harm you to give someone, buy them a $5-10 meal? What is it going to do to print off some rehab center information and just hand out a little thing, buy them lunch and give them, here, listen, you may need this, and it's for a rehabilitation center. You just bought them lunch, you care, and you don't need to take photos of you giving poor people money, okay? Selflessness is, all the good things you do without the pats on the back. If you need those, you're not doing it for them, you're doing it for your ego. Put the ego to bed. It's not healthy. Anyway, love wins, and love is how you would treat everyone else as you would treat yourself. And you treat yourself good. And if you don't, maybe you need someone like me to help you out. Thank you.